Good morning, Expert Corner Group. After I posted the discussion on the low angle adapters, I was very general for a lot of discussion. I wanted to say some other things about it. And then Mr. Jones posted a question today about his Wicked Edge 120 on that same thread because he's having trouble, let me see, wondering help stabilize full flat ground blades a bit. First of all, for you people that are not familiar, a knife like a Spyderco is a perfect example of a full flat ground blade, but it is also a distally tapered blade. If you look at this, the heel is thick. The spine goes to the tip as it gets thinner, but it also is thicker here and thinner there, so it's tapering to the edge and it's tapering to the tip. This is what's called a distally tapered, distally to the tip, tapered, full flat ground knife. And this is pretty much how most knives are. The original standard vise that came with the Wicked Edge 120 has one fixed side and one floating side, and it's on a riser to make it higher to give you that low angle range. That was the 120. The Pro Pack 2 120 gave you the higher clamping height relative to the square bar, so it enhanced the low angle range. This vise is solid and it doesn't taper, whereas this blade tapers, so it becomes a challenge. What did I do? When I started using this, I used chamois. Now, Mr. Jones says he used chamois. I used real leather chamois and I cut it into rectangles and I wrapped it around the spine of the knife and shoved it down here, and I use this. What happens with these is that we're using these old standard vices. We put a lot of pressure on them, and over time clamping them, because you're clamping them at the top screw to bring it close together, and then at the bottom screw to force the floating side over. So you're putting a tremendous amount of strain right on the tip of that jaw. And as you jack them apart, eventually they may bend just a little bit, that you just don't, you get close here but not close there, because now they are just by a couple thousandths, they're out of line because you used it, you put the key on it, and it does happen. I've seen it happen a few times. That may be what has happened to Cole Jones, because it's 2025, he's using a Wicked Edge 120. It's been discontinued for years now. The 120s were in popularity back around 2015 to 2018, and then the cam action took over popularity. So it's been around a while, it's got used, so that's possibly what it has. Now, because of the way this clamps with one screw in the center, it clamps the full thickness. I can't tell you anything other than to do, I used the real leather chamois, or later on I used the Wicked Edge shims. You can cut cardboard out of cereal boxes and things like that. The tape is one way, the foam is another way. It shouldn't be like that. You should be able to clamp this, even though this is distally tapered the way this is engineered, it should rock and push the floating side against the flat side with that little angle, especially with the shim. Okay, I'm going to stop here.